Hi guys, welcome back to Let's Talk Podcast episode. Don't know. I just put it down in the description. Obviously, he's back again, MrGrapht.
Ew.
Hi.
Hello.
It's been a while because
I might change my name. Sorry. I
Oh.
might change my name.
Oh, okay. Start
Yeah, I
with
don't
that.
know. I might do a name change.
Why?
Don't know. I just feel like I need to rebrand.
I feel like I should be here. Be
People
closer.
keep calling me Akka, and I like it.
Yeah, they do actually.
Like Akka. You know what I mean? At work, everyone calls me Akka. And I'm like, I quite
Don't
like
they
that.
call you Melon as well?
Nah, that's just you, mate.
Nah. No.
Ah.
They have another name. I'm gonna ask his colleague.
I don't
What's
know.
your-
They call me Akka, Chris Akka, Chris. Well, that's it.
I swear you'll have like food names as well as nicknames. Like someone's a donut.
Oh,
So-
what? That's GD and them, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nah, that's just.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
That's just our private
I can't
jokes. We
escape
just call
them.
each other lemons and melons
Yeah.
and donuts and yeah.
He's all of those listed,
our
but you
little
know.
cute banner, you know what I mean, between the man
Cute,
and
cute,
the,
cute.
Yeah, you get me.
But I wanted to have a discussion today about,
Go on.
since we're talking about kind of working colleagues, yeah.
Mm.
What age do you think, or is there an age where you may have as a goal for yourself, I need to be successful, or I need to have this, I need to have that?
It was 20.
It was 20.
I failed.
Well, you all know he's older than 20 now, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got another year to go.
Another year to go, yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Really, 20 though?
So I genuinely had an age in my head of like I want to achieve certain things by 20 if it's possible, but
Like what would you want at 20?
at 20, if I could have had some millions, that'd have been great. Even 100k would have been nice.
So what do you think stopped you from reaching that before you hit that age?
Uni.
Okay.
Yeah. There's times where I wish I never went, if I'm honest.
Ooh.
Not to say it's like a regret, but it's more of a, I just
yeah.
wonder if I would put the energy I was having when I was younger
Yeah.
into entrepreneurship. Not to say I would have had $1 million by the age of 20, but I feel like I would have been further along than me going to uni and spending all them years there. Because I was very frustrated in the beginning.
Right.
Because I was just like, why am I here? What am I doing here?
Right.
Like, the only real thing I see myself doing here is just having fun. Because I was just having a conversation with myself the other day, and I was just like, if I could set up my own version of university, this is
Right.
what it would look like.
Right.
And for me, it would be like, you get a choice. It would either be something like you pick 6 different courses, or maybe even have a range of up to like 20 different courses that you pick.
So like GCSEs where you can choose your courses.
But the difference here is that you would spend your time in the first year exploring each of those subjects. Key areas that you are genuinely interested in.
But isn't that...
Spend your first year exploring, pick one, and then spend like another 2 years studying that thing.
That's long.
You know?
Plus I feel like that's, for me, GCSEs was where I experimented of what I enjoyed the most. And
Okay.
then into more granular detail of those learnings was the opportunity at college or sixth forms go, right, 3 specific subjects that interested me. And then after that, I did is what I did anyways, because I did business throughout. And I went, okay, I enjoy business. So I then did business at uni.
But I don't know. I feel like things are different when you get to the university level. There's a lot of when you're at that lower level, you got a syllabus. You're prescribed certain things to do. At uni, it's kind of similar. I guess they give you projects, but there's a lot of freedom, especially like the final major project, things like
I
that.
can't relate because I didn't do a dissertation or anything. I literally had 8 modules that I had to do, exams or coursework, and that was it.
So this is kind of what I'm alluding to. Is like final year. It's like almost like masters, like in the sense of you pick something you want to focus on.
But
That
are you
middle
saying
year,
you didn't choose your uni subject to focus on then?
don't get me wrong, I chose it, but the subject I chose was changed anyway.
Right.
So the syllabus I was expecting wasn't
what it was,
there.
right?
So I was like, okay, this is great.
Yeah.
And then it was very much like, yeah, you had a bit of time to try out different things, but even within that, I still felt like I don't really like the options I've got. So what do I do now?
Change.
I'm here now.
Right.
But this is the problem. You change, and then it's after a certain amount of time.
Well, I left
So
uni
like,
straight
well,
away.
you've got to start another year again. And I'm like, well, what's the point of me doing this in the first place then? I've got to start another year, and I'm now delayed, I'm behind.
I wouldn't see us behind it. I think everyone's different. I say I left uni. I did leave uni, so I went to Aston University, whatnot, for about a month. And I was just like, uni isn't for me. I literally went because you guys were like, oh, I'm off to uni now. So I went, oh, I guess I've got to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And then I got there, I went, one, the city, I didn't like Birmingham. I was like, oh, it's too small, miss London. And second, I was like, I don't actually want to be at university. And so I took a gap year, and that's really what made me think, like, right, Mel, what do you want to do? And so I tried to go down the route of an apprenticeship, and I did start an apprenticeship. But then I had a conversation with my cousin, which kicks me back into gear, was like, look, do you ever have the desire of working abroad? And at that time I did, because I wanted to travel. And so she was like, well, for your likelihood of being successful abroad and with the education in the UK, you do have to take up uni. So although I didn't want to go to uni, I was like kicked into gear a bit by my cousin going, you know what, I've got to think this strategically, that if I want to be successful in the things that I do, I've got to at least do a degree. Although some may say, my brother, my oldest brother anyways, would say my degree, business management, is a Mickey Mouse degree. Have you ever heard that term before? A Mickey Mouse degree.
Yeah.
Which pretty much means your subject doesn't require any thinking, you're dumb, and only dumb people do that in the nicest way possible. Actually, he didn't say the nicest way, he just said you're doing a Mickey Mouse degree. Expecting me to do some sort of maths or like scientific, like I'm thinking, you didn't even do that yourself, bro. You did fashion, whatever it was. I'm like, hey,
Maybe you had high expectations of you.
This is another thing. If I was a parent, let's say I wasn't that successful, right? But I want my kids to be successful, I wouldn't put that pressure on them. Because you shouldn't, I personally think that the legacy that I wanted to build, I should have had the responsibility to do that. And I shouldn't pressure my kids. And the same way in terms of siblings wise, if you felt like your siblings should do better than you, no, you shouldn't. You should push them in a way that's to support them, but not in a way that seems like pressure. Be like,
be better than
be better than me, sort of thing.
I
just looked at that like, bro, who do you think you're talking to?
Yeah, just be the best at whatever you want to do, or try as hard as you can to just be great.
And that's what I'd expect of my kids. Choose whatever you want to do. I'll be there to support you as long as I can see you're trying your best. It could be whatever.
Well, why did you ask the initial question about the age? Like, what was your age that you want to be successful by?
I already had an entrepreneurial trait, I'd say, from as young as I knew, maybe 7 or 8. I was selling them Scooby-Doos that we used to back in primary. Not DVDs, Scooby-Doos. Well, I was just selling, so I was flipping like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like, alright, give me £3, you can have my shiny card, Pokemon cards. And then that's just something I always enjoyed. Like, we did clothing for a bit, like we tried to do clothing during secondary school. And then, you know, we did different little ventures, and I still do it now, like I do my watches, whatever. It's just something that I just went, and my thing is, I don't know if this is the right time to say this, but eventually, yeah, be careful with my words, eventually, I want to have a successful business of my own, because I don't want to work for somebody else, because I want to dictate my own schedule. I know I'm going to be a wife and have kids, and so ideally, that's another thing as well. I want to ask you is, I know we're just jumping back and forth here, is a woman seen as a gold digger if she wants their partner to make more than them?
No.
Okay. Well, that's me then, so I'm not a gold digger.
No.
So that's me.
Yeah.
But I'm more of the traditional, like, I want my man to make more and be the breadwinner, because I want to be the parent that's at home with the kids until they go to nursery. I'm not going to be a bum. I'm going to always have stuff. But some people see that as like, well, why can't the man stay at home? Well, they can, if I make more than a man, and it
fine.
makes sense to. But my preference would be myself to be at home.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. I just think it depends who you're talking to, innit? Like, some people out there might say, might have like the traditional view of like, the man is the breadwinner type thing or whatever, and woman stays home. Cool. But I like what you're saying about like ultimately that freedom, because if you're looking to have kids, you want to look after these kids and juggle work between all of this, it's just mad stressful. Like, I've seen colleagues at work as well where they've taken time to just go focus on the kids and, you know, let the other partner like control things in terms of financially. And yeah, if you could have a venture on the side eventually, that, you know,
would be ideal.
Yeah.
Because just think about how would you deal with...
For the sake of the current employer.
How would you deal with finances as a man when you are the only breadwinner in the house? Let's say, for example, throw it out there, you make 100,000. You've got the house, you've got your car, whatever, right? Just a normal family home sort of thing, right? Do you then give your missus like a partial amount of your salary to go, like, this is for you to spend because you don't work, but you know, you still need to have your own peas, you know, whether you save it, you spend it, do whatever with it, that's your money. And then obviously you have the combined savings account where you just pay off like rent or whatnot, mortgage.
Let's do the numbers.
Okay.
100k salary, yeah? I've got a
Yeah.
salary calculator on my phone, alright? So,
you know, see the monthly take home.
Monthly take home, we are in the 21 to 22 period now, yes?
Yeah.
So, 100k annually provides, we also need to consider pension, 100k based on a 40-hour work week.
Yeah. About average, 40.
40-hour work week.
If you do more than 40 hours, I'm not
5
gonna lie,
days.
that's a lot of hours.
8 hours per day, innit?
Yeah, so 40 is average.
Average.
But if you do more than that, I just feel like you don't really have time for yourself. Now, more time because of you can work from home and just go straight to do your thing, whatever. But when we used to commute to work, I remember getting home 7, 8 o'clock. And I want to be in bed by 10.
Yeah, basically you got to, otherwise you're knackered.
Exactly.
All the time. Look like me. See how I was yawning just now? Peak.
And he's working from home right now.
I lie? So imagine if I was going to the office.
No!
Done at it. I'm going in tomorrow actually. So, yeah.
But so...
TikTok.
To take home.
But yes. Pension contribution. 5%. That's
okay.
average.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
Student loan? You got a student loan?
Plan B, I think it is. Plan B.
That's the newest one, I think.
Yeah, the newest one, because we'd fall under that.
No, we're plan 1, mate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't come for me.
Cut that from
I've done that ages ago, innit?
Cut that from the record. Okay.
So £5,000 a month, let's say.
4.7. Let's not get people gassed in it. Bring them down from because 5k sounds too lovely.
Okay.
Let's just, you know what I mean?
I was just trying to make it simpler for the audience. All right, fine, whatever. I'm sure
Our
you're all
audience
smart.
are intellectually capable
yeah.
individuals.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But okay, so 4,700. Let's say the average mortgage is usually around, for a 3-bedroom home in London anyways, you're looking, let's say, £1,500. So 4,700 minus 1,500 is...
Wait, you're talking about mortgage right now?
Yeah, so you got to consider like... So what I'm trying to say, how do you consider like your finances?
Okay, sorry. So you're saying 1.5 for the mortgage.
1.5 for the mortgage, just say £200 for the bill. So that's £1,700. So you're already on £3,000 left.
£3,000 left over.
You got £3,000 left. So that's rent and bills done.
Rent and bills.
You ain't done your car. So let's do your
car.
car.
How much is council tax?
Alright, that's true. Council tax bit.
We need to push that 200 up a bit more.
Can you use your calculator? So 4,700 minus 1,500.
I like what you're saying. Calculator. 4.7. No, sorry. One more time. Excuse me. I think that guava has gone to my head. Because minus what? 1.5, yeah?
1,500. Okay, so you got 3,200. So let's say bills.
You're going to give them the numbers on the screen?
Yeah. So
hey, come on, editing on that.
So let's say bills now, yeah? Average electricity, gas, and... Is that it? Oh, and council tax.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Water.
It's
It's
about...
How much?
Water's about £30 to £50 a month, depending on your usage.
Yeah.
So let's say 30. Let's be nice.
Okay.
Let's be nice.
We do about £50 a month.
Alright, so minus £50 your water.
Minus 50 for water.
Minus 50 again for Wi-Fi, because that's most probably, we say
Yeah,
we've got fibre
average
optic.
rate. Yeah. Minus 50.
So that's your
cool.
council tax would be most probably 200.
Yeah, it's at least £100.
Yeah, at least 100. So let's say £200.
£200 average.
Average council tax for a 3-bedroom in London.
Minus 200. Oh yeah, in London.
So that's all your bills done now. Now your car.
We didn't do gas and electric.
Oh, that's about
At least
100.
150.
150.
Let's go 150.
150.
Average.
Like you got 2 parents and 2 kids now, innit? Yeah, 150.
Yeah, because some people on certain plans. You get me?
Yeah.
It's a bit techie where you live. You get me?
So 150. We're gonna be on the harsher end, isn't it?
So you got 2.750.
Now you got to pay your car. So let's assume you have let's assume you have, I don't know, the BMW 3 Series. Yeah, it's gonna cost you maybe. I'd say £350 for your monthly.
Oh God!
Yes.
We didn't even talk about insurance yet.
Insurance. Let's say insurance. You're older now,
so
it's about £800 a year.
Something like that.
So 800 divided by 12 would be.
I need a separate calculator. Am I right or wrong?
66.
There you go.
So minus £66 minus the 350. So that's your car done.
Okay, minus 350 first.
Yeah.
For the finance. Minus, what did we say, 66?
66. That's your
Should
insurance.
we round up?
No, that's your insurance.
You want to round up?
And then you got to give yourself like, I'd say £40 a week for petrol, yeah? So 4, 8, 12, 16. Minus £160 for petrol.
160, goddamn, it's getting expensive.
Yeah, minus £160.
Minus 160.
And now, shopping.
Okay,
You're shopping
just
groceries.
so everyone knows where we're at.
Oh.
After all of that, we're at 2174. I'm sure you'll be calculating for them as we go along. We've been in the cha-ching.
We will.
Cha-ching. Cha-ching.
Oh, Ka-ching, that show, do you remember?
Hey, ka-ching, Kerry, shut.
I used to hate that show.
That was dope.
Alright, so groceries now.
Go on.
Average family household, let's say, let's not spend too much here. Say you could do well with groceries.
A month.
£80 a week. This being really nice. Home cooked meal I'm talking about. No going out either, yeah? So 8 times 4, again, shit.
Hey. Okay,
8,
if we're talking
16,
groceries
52.
purely, yeah?
£320 a month.
Yeah, but people are going out. On
Okay.
100k salary, you're going out.
About like this, you're not going out like this.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so let's do groceries first, because you got to provide for the
groceries.
kids and for yourself.
Provide for the kids.
320.
320.
That's been considerate.
Minus
yeah.
320 for groceries.
And now,
Cha-ching.
if you're gonna go on a dinner date or you're going on a family outing, you're gonna spend minimum £80, £20 a head. Yeah.
Yeah.
4 family household we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, you're doing.
So and let's say you only go out once a week, so £80 again. So it's 1630, £320 again, minus 320.
I'm getting vexed. Minus 320.
This is no clothes shopping or anything, by the way. It's just, you got one outing now. Cool. Yeah. So
We're at 1534.
Okay. Yeah, 1534. What else do you usually do in life that you do on a monthly basis?
JC,
that we might be missing.
What do you do? Time for the couple to do things. You know what I mean?
No, not everyone does that. So let's just be harsh on that.
Okay.
Be harsh on that. And plus, the money that you use to take the kids out, sometimes some weeks when you got leave the kids at home, you got to use that money and spend a bit more on yourself, innit? That's fair.
Yeah. But if you're already only taking the kids out once a week.
No, you're not. You don't take them. Yeah, that's more than enough. As a family.
Actually, no, you're right, I guess. Yeah,
you're working 5 days a week, man.
Yeah, man's busy in that.
Yeah. And you got paid for school. We ain't even added school fees.
Life is hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Jesus.
School fees, school
Right.
clubs. You want them to go football. You want them to do boxing, judo, all of this now.
I had to change my lifestyle. I think I'm enjoying myself too much. I'm enjoying myself too much.
Listen,
because
I
when
told
the adjustment
myself-
comes, yeah, peak.
I told myself this year is for me to just enjoy life, because after this, yeah,
It's gonna be
I
peak.
don't know where life is taking me. So I need to relax myself. So what are we on? 1, 5, 3, 4. So let's say miscellaneous now. Minus £200 for any miscellaneous. For like, you know, topping up your shopping or petrol sometime or broken tyres. That's your miscellaneous stuff.
The emergency fund.
Emergency for the month.
Yeah.
So you got minus 200 now. So now we'll be on 1334.
Minus 2 bills, yeah.
So now, this is your final amount of...
Minus 2 bills for emergencies.
So this is your final amount of savings.
Hold on. Nah, come off it. Hold on.
What?
£80 a week, yeah? Telling me you're going to spend that for like dinners and that with the kids and that, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. You want to go out, yeah? You're telling me that £80 is supposed to cover babysitter and your enjoyment for the night.
I'm not trying to be too harsh because you got to be realistic. Like you.
Exactly. We've got to be realistic. If you're lucky enough to find someone to look after the kids, great.
Yeah. I was thinking that way. Like,
but if we're going to be harsh and say you had to pay for a babysitter, which a lot of people have to.
I don't know how much that costs though, if I'm honest.
20 quid an hour.
Duh! I'm staying home. You can pay me, I'm looking after my own kids.
Listen. No, but it's kids, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Like
£20 an hour?
Yeah.
No, man, no one gets babysitters. You get family for that.
People get babysitters for...
100k, I'm not getting a babysitter. I can't afford it.
Of course you can afford it.
By the looks of it, I cannot afford
maybe
it.
you can't afford it.
Because then what am I saving? You got to save. You ain't saved for holidays.
And we ain't even paid the babes yet.
You ain't even paid me yet. My P's to do my nails and stuff. That's what I'm saying.
Finished.
And you ain't paid yourself for your own shopping that you might want to do. That's what I'm saying. So let's say we've done all of the expenses now. This is it. Don't think about anything else.
Sure?
Yeah, because you might not always use that emergency.
We didn't talk about clothes.
No, but you don't always do clothes on a monthly basis. You know what I mean?
I hear that. To be fair,
so that's why I'm saying that miscellaneous £200. You got to be smart with how you use that. Is it clothes that you buy 1 or 2 bits?
I hear you.
You want to get your hair cut?
Yeah, I guess the money you give yourself is then the money you take from to do those things.
There you go. So now I'm saying now.
Okay.
This is the final savings amount that you have. How you distribute
what about
this?
What about all these?
I'm not religious, so I don't do that, innit?
Some of you are giving away 10%.
So 10%.
How much is 10% again? 10%. What was it? 4.7. So that's 470
quid.
Jesu, from 1 through 3, 4.
Look, if you want to go to heaven,
Woo!
you better be paying that.
I might have to stay on earth still. But I'm a heathen or something.
So how you distributing that last set amount?
Try.
What are you doing with that?
1, 3, 3, 4.
But you got to remember that's your money. This is your salary.
Fuck shit.
She ain't got nothing now.
She's got nothing.
She ain't got nothing. The kids ain't got nothing.
So can I give her the 3, 3, 4? Do I take the bag?
It's up to you. What would you think is reasonable?
3, 3, 4 is like, I mean, your house is paid for.
She ain't paying for anything.
Literally paying for nothing. You're paying for nothing. I don't know. Let's think. On a normal wage that you earn.
This ain't even normal because you got to remember this is above London salary.
Yeah.
So we most probably, let's say if this was average 70, 80, we would be more pissed. You'll be on £700 left.
The hilarity is, if you're doing this thing joint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say you both earn like
50k,
yeah. It's the same situation.
It's still the same situation.
By the time you're done,
you still be left with that.
But this is between the both of you.
Yeah.
So you both got like £700 each.
Exactly.
To spend on yourselves.
Yeah. And that's
that fly is alive. I saw it creeping at the corner of my eyes and
basically guys.
Peace. Look at the dust on his leg.
He's been trying to kill this fly for a long time.
No, don't say that. Let them know I tried to let it survive.
Oh, he's got his things.
It's there.
What's there?
It's there. Huh? Why is she shook for?
Because I just don't like dead flies, isn't it?
Is it dead? It's alive, fam. It can't move though. I think the winds is broke.
Did I do? Oh yeah, you sizzled it. You know when the thing gets
where's the tissue?
Down below the TV.
Can we cook?
Break. 50-50 each.
50-50 each, yeah.
Still be left with that amount.
If you're my babes.
Yeah, she's your wife.
You're my wife. I could give you half.
Half.
I could give you half.
Okay.
Depends how stressed I'm at work, innit?
Well, so it will change depending on her behaviour each month.
If she's pissing enough, I'm gonna have to give her 34 quid. keep the rest for myself. But if it's a good month and everything's going well, could give her half.
Dash it all.
There's no way she's getting more than half. Impossible.
Whoa,
That
why?
can't happen.
Whoa, why?
Can't happen. You're telling me the one that's bloody fucking stressed, yeah?
And she's not stressed looking after your kids.
I hear you.
Cleaning house,
I
providing
hear you.
food for you when you come home.
But listen
the
to
traditional
this.
mindset.
Listen
by
to
the way.
this. If the man says, I'm done, I'm stopping, everything comes to an end. If the woman says that, everything doesn't necessarily come to an end.
Oh, so now you're telling me that your marriage is based on financial values?
No. I'm just saying, yeah? I'm just saying, whoever's working, because it could be the other way around. I fully get it. Going to work is not easy, you know?
Going to work can
I'm
be
saying
easier.
looking after kids is easy either. I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying, of the two, what would I prefer? But then here's the thing, because someone, I can't remember who I was talking to, and they brought it up and I was like, listen, looking after kids, yeah? If you're day in, day out with these kids, and you're just with these kids, mentally, there's madness going on, in the sense that you're not interacting with
Anyone else?
people your age that much.
Well, no, I think you do. Let's not look
You
at like
do,
that.
But some people will have that lifestyle. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
So if that's your lifestyle, I could understand why you would see it equal with work.
Okay.
And I get that. But personally, if you have the support from like parents on both sides and other family members like brothers and sisters, or you can just basically go, yo kids, go jam over here for the weekend. Go jam over here for a little bit.
Hold on.
Go stay over there for a second.
So you're saying, yeah,
Yeah.
if your missus
I would
has-
say to my missus, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm been chilling.
So you're saying if she has a support system, she gets less of the leftover of the savings. If there's no support,
Not even that. I'm bantering, to be honest with you. I'll put it this way. I'm down to give 50-50.
that's it then.
Yeah. But it could easily be like 60-40.
Would I be mad about that? I might be mad about it in a way that, look, we're in a partnership now. Everything should be 50-50. I don't go, oh, the kids will...
Then come and do half of the work that I'm doing.
Come and look after the kids
and
then.
I'll come and look after the kids half the
Fine,
time.
if that's what works, to be 50-50.
If that's 50-50,
If that's 50-50.
say no more.
But I'm not going to lie, I don't know what I like. Money!
This is what I say, yeah? Alright, let's put it this way. This is a perfect situation. If there's a family business to run,
Yeah. I'll take...
wifey and us, I'll be, yeah, or whatever the partnership is, yeah, the two partners.
Yeah.
One does it half the time, the other does it half the time.
Ideally.
Calm, and then you swap over and rotate.
But how? What is the chances of that? Is very low.
Oh, very slim.
Very
So
slim.
good luck to you.
So that's what I'm saying. Like realistically,
Take your 40% in it.
what would you say is realistically now?
I don't know. Realistic is whatever you
in
make
terms
it to
of no, I just mean in terms of like a traditional family now,
be.
because
In this day and age.
in this day and age, it is women
Both
and
parents
both
are
parents
working.
working, isn't it?
Both parents are working. Facts. And I feel like kids are probably getting... Depending on the workplace, people are given the breathing room to pick up their kids and do all that kind of stuff. Like some workplaces are quite flexible. Others are very harsh and they're very cutthroat. And it's like, nah, G, you work or you go home. Decide which one it is. You work or you don't work here, basically. So, in terms of realistic, if I'm being realistic, you probably got one parent in a flexible working situation, and another parent that's not so flexible.
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever way around that is, one has the flexibility, and it probably tends to be the woman that's going to be in a more flexible situation.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a woman to man situation, if it's a same sex partnership, it's just going to be one of them, innit?
Mm-hmm.
It's a question of whether it tends to be... I don't know if there's a question around the more, in quotes, motherly, homely person that would tend to be the one that does more of the kids and sort out the house and stuff like that. I don't know. I can't answer to that.
But
that's how I imagine it in my head anyway. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know.
And relating this all back then, as a woman, I think, for myself, speaking for myself actually, success to me hits me differently at different ages. So my ultimate goal is to be successful, to have a successful business by the age of, well, I wanted a nightclub by 30. Well, I wanted a successful business by 30. Could still happen, got a couple of years to go. If not, I will extend that to my lifelong goal.
Okay.
To have a successful business.
Not even 40. It's not far, you know. But
it's not far.
At the same time.
It's not far.
It's far enough, isn't it?
I mean, everything's achievable. Don't get me wrong. But I guess as a woman, I have successful criteria in different ways. From a financial perspective, I want X amount by 30. I want to have a successful business by 30, maybe pushing 35. In terms of family values, I ideally would want to have 2 kids and be married by the time that I'm 35, where I can be a stay-at-home mum and cater to my kids until they at least go up to nursery, where I can then, you know, from 9 to 3, when whatever the full-time nursery hours is, to focus on like one of the side hustles I already have, or to start a side hustle if I haven't had the time. Because not all women have the interest of having a side hustle, just being a full-time mum.
Yeah, they're happy with that, and that's fine.
It's only fine if the man's fine with that.
Yeah, it's just tough, isn't it? It's just tough out here, because I think there's one thing with people where they think they know what they want, but they don't.
Ooh.
100%. And then there's another thing with people where they know what they want, but it's hard to find, and maybe they end up settling and trying to compromise on something, but that thing they're compromising on is bloody tough, and then they end up having some issues. Do you get where I'm coming from?
I definitely get where you're coming from.
So with the issues one, I think like that's just basically you just got to figure out whether you confirm it or not, and good luck to you, innit? With the one where people don't know what they want, it's sad because it's kind of like you got to get into it and see how it goes before you're like, am I like this or not? I don't know how I'm going to feel about this. And there's times where I'm wondering, what side of the fence am I going to fall on? Am I going to be on the side of I'm going to have to end up compromising? Or am I going to be on the side of, to be honest, I don't even know what I want because I need to experience it first?
So you mentioned earlier that you said you want to be successful by 20. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. But I just know he's older than 20 now. So now that year's passed, have you given yourself an extension of a new age of, okay, fine, I need to do this by the time I'm X amount, or you don't have
I think I just
life
keep
goals.
extending it by 5 years. But I guess what I'm finding, it's interesting. I keep finding myself in situations where something seems very possible, and then I set the goal, but then that situation changes, and then I have to move the goalpost. I feel like I'm at a point now where I would like to say I think my goal is achievable, but instead of giving myself 5 years, I'm giving myself, in a way, 10, but hoping for 5.
Right.
But that 5 was from 25. So like you said, you've got 30 in the mind. I think everyone's got these basic...
Yeah, it's guidelines,
targets. Like everyone's going for something by 30.
Yeah.
Everyone's going for something by 35 and
Yeah.
40 and whatever, right? Same way people want to be like married before a particular age and stuff like that, and have kids before a particular age, because especially biological clockwise.
For us women, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say 35 is my new target for certain things. But like I said again, there's still things where I'm just like, I don't even know if like, well, how can I put it? How do I want to put it? I think it's fun to set the goal, and it's nice to set the goal, but I don't know, you don't know where life's going to take you. So life might life in a way that's beneficial for you, and it goes way better than you expected, or it could go left for you and you're in a bit of a bad situation. And basically what I think I'm trying to say is, as much as we set these goals, It's not a die-hard thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you don't get it, you don't get it. It is what it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think my advice, which I think works well for me, is always set a goal for yourself. It's a good guide for trying to achieve something. But if you don't achieve it, don't knock yourself down. Extend it if you have to, or reevaluate your plan to go, all right, how can I improve to get that goal?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes when you set a goal, you can be too hard on yourself. It's like, really thought I'd achieve this by now.
Yeah.
And then you don't, and it's like all that
point?
negative energy and everything. And then now, all that negativeness will play such an impact on your life without you knowing. The people around you, you might not think you're showing it, but they can sense that. I'm a person which I think I can sense auras anyway. So like, if Angie's having bad air, I'll be like, bro, you're alright.
Yeah.
Without even having to speak, I can feel that energy. And so, if you set a goal, you don't achieve it, don't worry about it. Set a new one. Like, never give up until the day that you die, because every day is a new day, and that's how I take it in life, anyways.
Yeah. Facts.
But yeah, other than that, I think it is. Do you think it's harder for us to become successful in our generation, or easier?
Great question. That's a really nice question. So, on one hand, I want to say it's easier because of something I heard years ago that I always remind myself of, which is nowadays the access to information is so, or let me put it this way, information is so readily available to you, it's hard not to get something started. I'd say 50 years ago, maybe even 100 years ago, you had to be part of a particular group, and even then there was like what I want to say, like a barrier to entry, in a sense of there was things you had to achieve to then be able to get to the knowledge you're looking for. You can't just walk into the great library of this massive scientific community. You have to prove yourself somewhere. You have to be someone's apprentice, and then you'd get invited to a thing, and then you'd say watch, and then you'd be told, like, do the presentation, let me see what you got.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to do your own things in the lab. You have to sweep and clean in the lab and prove yourself on bare levels. I'm not saying that that's not the same thing today, but I'd say the difference is someone had to go through all of that to maybe get access to a book. Now you can just go on Google.
Yep.
And get that book straight away.
Yeah.
So there's certain things we're able to skip over now. Back then. The one thing I would say that makes it more difficult than back then is I think there's way more distractions.
Back then there was more distractions. Oh, now it's more distractions.
There's way more distractions now than there was back then.
Yeah.
I would say in terms of like options and industries, there was like way less options back then. There was like, okay, you kind of got a path. It's like, if you're going to do this, then you're either going to go this, but now there's this.
I don't think my job role even existed 30 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Product manager, what?
There's so many like ridiculous avenues and things you can try out and play with. Like at work, my mind is blown every day because I'm like, I didn't know this was possible.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this was a role. I didn't even like even my role I'm doing now. I didn't know it existed.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure it existed
in different aspects,
in a different way.
Yeah.
Back day, but now because of technology, I can do this role in this way. Like even technology and all the things within technology, and that's just one sector. Yeah. Let alone everything else there is out there. Yeah. So that's why I feel like there's way too many distractions now that keep people from getting to where they need to get to. Like I can definitely say I struggled for years trying to figure out what is I need to focus on and just target and spend my time.
I think I'm still doing that.
What you're
trying to figure out what I need to target.
No, but that's life, isn't it? Yeah. Even job wise, you're like, am I even in the right role? Maybe I should be trying something different. And that's how you get.
But is that because we're naturally curious people?
I hear that and I agree, but I think what sets people apart sometimes is your ability to focus and see something through.
I do think it's harder to focus nowadays.
You don't have these great scientific discoveries by flip-flopping from one industry to another. Like you stick at it for like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like you stay within an industry. Fair enough, you might try out different aspects of the industry.
But is that because, like you said,
still in it.
there weren't as many options back then, so you're forced to be an expertise in that industry because there's no other...
Potentially. Like, I feel like we have a lot of jack of all trades as well these days versus experts.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're seeing like almost in some areas a decline in experts.
Yeah.
Where you have literally 3 people that know how this thing works in the entire planet.
Yeah.
And these people are on bread. And that makes them successful, and that's great. But I think compared to back in the day, you probably had way more people you could probably speak to within a particular field because we didn't have as many.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Because, that's my look on it.
Because we have so many options to learn so many different things. I'd say I'm definitely not expert at anything, jack of all trades as well.
Look at all these courses, Udemy.
Yeah.
You don't even know what website to go learn from.
Yeah, so many.
When you want to go buy toothpaste, why is there so many toothpaste?
Yeah, like how many top 10 reviews of toothpaste that you don't read? Do you know what I mean?
How many times,
so many.
how many different types of tooth whitening can there be? Like,
yeah.
One of you's got to work. I don't even know what one to buy.
Yeah.
I literally went the other day, I had to buy 4. And I'm like trying each one of them out to see what works. Just tooth whitening, toothpaste.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
Just to see which one seems like it's somewhat effective.
Yeah.
So like when I eventually go for a tooth whitening, which one will help with the upkeep?
Yeah.
Which one is just chatting was?
Yeah.
And which one is actually working?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have to try them now. Why can't it just be one on the shelf? This is the solid one. Do you get what I'm saying?
Because everything's about money.
It is about money and
marketing.
It is.
Half of them are the same stuff, just rebranded. Look at
Exactly.
Kellogg's and Aldi's. What is it? Kellogg's Rice Krispies is the same as just an Aldi's brand. It just packaged different. Comes from the same factory.
Of course.
Volvo, Audi's are made from the same factories and your engines.
And
you know.
This is what I'm saying. Like you've got Udemy and Pluralsight and Thingy House, Tree House, and all these other things. It's just like, why? Why do I have all these different options? And there's now within it, there's 50 beginner classes for
but have you not
how to
noticed,
learn Python. I'm like, which one do I need to watch? I have to watch all 50 to learn what I need to learn?
You do, but then you realise the trend.
One and
No, then you realise the trend that you go, oh, this content's same as the one that I learned on Udemy. And that's what it is they just rebrand it in a different way, or a different presenter does it, and then that makes it different.
But here's the problem. Like I was saying to my sister the other day, everybody learns differently.
Yeah.
So one presenter might say it in a way and you get it. Another one's going to say it and you're like, this is trash, I don't get it what you're saying.
Yeah.
1-star review.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still left in that situation of, I need to try out a bunch of things to get to where I need to get to. The same thing with the toothpaste. All these distractions, but at least one of them is going to be decent. But I need to try them out first.
But I think that's the key point you're saying is you have to try.
So ultimately, with all
you
the
have
distractions and all the lack of focus you're probably going to have and procrastination, all this stuff, right? You just got to persevere and push through. And I'd say, I don't know if I could say it was easier to persevere at that time than now. I don't know if that's true, but that's the way I look at it.
I think procrastination is, I'm doing that more frequently. I don't know if it's an age thing or just because I know that I can literally do it like that if I wanted to, because we rely on technology so much. That's why I'm scared when I have kids. I'm not scared, but when I have kids, I don't want them to be brought up with technology. I want them to go open a book to learn. Get out that encyclopedia, you know, learn about through that. Not Google, what is a shark? No, read about what a shark is. Where does it originate from? Because these days, even when we was back in secondary school, some next algebra was doing, you know, what's the square root of this? Find x, y. Yeah. My brothers couldn't do that back then. There weren't no Google. They had to go in, find a formula, or learn it until they knew that formula. Yeah. And so I don't want my kids to have access to iPads. Yeah, in a way, it's great. You can learn your ABCs quicker, and I think that they're more cheekier because they. Huh?
You can learn it quicker.
Yeah, you can learn it quicker, but also I think your attention span is decreased because you know you can rely on technology. When you know you can't answer something, you just go, well, let me just ask Google. Yeah,
and there's too many distractions within the app itself.
Like
all these recommendations that come up on the side. So by the time you're trying to watch this thing, you get a pop-up in your face.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look at me.
Yeah.
Check this out. Advert.
And I want my kids to learn to focus. Like, to choose one thing and just focus your attention to it before you try something else.
Yeah. There's definitely not enough of that right now in life.
Yeah.
And we know it ourselves deep down.
I think we've had the best of both experiences where, as we grew up, we didn't really have technology like that. But then it started to evolve and we did have that text, and now we can see both sides to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, let's close off this podcast. What would be your top 2 tips
To focus
on or to become successful? What would you say are your key takeaways?
Oh, you're asking me? I thought you were asking the viewers.
No.
I'd love to know what they think.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I like that. My top takeaways for success.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds peak because, how can I put it? I don't even think I'm there yet.
I don't think I'm there yet, but you
I
must
guess
have
we aspire
learnings.
to it. And I think another thing as well sometimes is we are doing quite well for ourselves that we don't necessarily look at it in that way sometimes. It's just like, I'm still what I'm supposed to be doing. I should be even better than I am. Do you know what I mean? We're very harsh on ourselves. When in reality, there's some people in our positions and it's like, they're not.
I had this conversation, but I had this conversation with Thingy, but how I look at it is, look, you should be harsh on yourself.
Yeah.
That's how you can improve.
Be harsh on yourself. That's the first one. Be harsh on yourself.
'Cause that's how, but without it negatively impacting your life. So like, not to a point where now like you haven't got a work-life balance. I think that's very important. Have a work-life balance. Try to, anyways. No, with anything, I think if you put your mind to something, you can do it.
You can.
So you have to. Sometimes you got to know through phases. So like, if I really want to be successful right now, I've got to sacrifice a bit of time doing all of this and with my friends, and I should be doing my side hustles. But mentally, I need to make sure that I'm okay. Because yes, I know the positive aspects of me focusing, not being spending time with Akka here. I might be making a lot of money on the side, but then again, what am I making all that money for if I'm not enjoying life in the moment sometimes? So you have to learn that balance.
So then, would you summarize it as mental health? Mental health. That first point.
I think that's a good one.
Always keep it in check or evaluate your mental health regularly?
I'd say so. At least once a week, just have that conversation with yourself. Am I happy with myself this week?
What did I do this week? Yeah. Was it productive?
Almost like a retrospective.
Yeah. Did I hit my goals?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did I not do well? How was I feeling in general? And I think sometimes even within the days, you just need to check yourself. Like, how am I feeling today? How am I feeling right now? And we actually had a bit of a seminar yesterday, talking about wellness and well-being and everything. And it was just such a nice reminder to just check yourself and evaluate how you're feeling and where you are with your work and in life and everything, and just let those thoughts run through your brain and carry on that analysis process so that you can hopefully get yourself back to a productive and healthy mental state. So the first thing is evaluate your mental health regularly.
Yeah.
Second thing is...
I've got mine. Mine would be to never compare yourself to someone else, because your success will be different to my success criteria.
Yeah, and your journey is going to be different as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so although we may have some similarities of, okay, we might want to make these millions, if my boy gets there first before me, I'm going to be so happy for him.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Mental health stays important first, because if I start thinking negatively now, I think that will affect my journey to get to the same destination as my friend.
And you're looking at your friend
more than myself.
And on top of that, if your friend does make it before you, you're thinking, this waste done.
Are they really your friends if they think that way though?
No, but what I'm trying to say is, if your mental health is deteriorating, and you're negatively impacted now, all you can think is negative thoughts.
Yeah.
Then you trying to look at your friend and be happy for them is not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to be thinking, I don't even want to chat to them anymore right now. I can't even look at them.
Yeah.
They're pissing me off because you got what I want.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I'm fuming. If I could poison you and take your peas, I'd do it. Right? Do
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
That's such a bad trait, jealousy. Oh my gosh.
It's peak. But the thing is, I remember I was listening to the receipts, and Tolly said it herself, where it was like, we should admit though, we all feel it, But the point is that you back away from that feeling and you realise and understand, whoa, I'm moving a bit jealous. Hold on, slow down. Remember, this is your mate. Be happy for
Okay, see, my thought process is very different. So, like, we have a few friends which I know are doing a lot better than me, right? In terms of financially, anyways, in terms of salary. I just go, this is motivation. Look,
100%.
we were in the same class. If some of my dons can be up here, there's no way I can't be.
Exactly.
I can also be.
Exactly.
However, I tell myself this is my own journey, my own race with myself. They took a different path. They're in a different industry, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'll take my time. However, how I evaluate my life is, like I said to you, check your mental health. Am I happy now? Yes, I am. Enjoying life.
Facts.
I wouldn't change a thing.
Facts. But just, be honest with yourself. Like, if you're feeling something, just be aware of that, which links back into the mental health thing. If you're evaluating your mental health, you're evaluating how you're feeling, then you'd be able to understand when you're feeling a bit jealous, because everyone feels jealous. And then you say, okay, how do I turn this jealousy into a positive thing? I'm going to use this as motivation now. You actually have something that I want. You've got a nice car. I want a nice car. You can get it, I can get it. Because not only are you my friend, but not that I see you as like inferior in any way, or I'm saying I'm as smart as you, or smarter than you. You could genuinely be smarter than me, have a higher IQ, be bigger physically, or whatever it is, yeah? It doesn't mean I still can't achieve the things that you've achieved. What I have to do is knuckle down and try it. Which maybe would be somewhat my point, which is, because what did you say? So you said mental health, and then
Don't compare.
Don't compare.
Don't compare.
I would say something along the lines of perseverance. Like, going back to what I was saying about distractions and things like that, I feel like it's very easy. Maybe, I don't know if I want to summarize it as like perseverance and focus. If there's a word that puts those two things together, I would like to say something along the lines of get rid of the distractions, focus on one thing, and persevere with that thing. Don't give up because it got a bit tough. Analyze, break it down, make the problem smaller, and set goals around how you can kind of achieve what you're looking for.
Anything else to add?
The last thing I'll probably want to put on that as well is something, again, I heard the other day as part of the wellness thing, is as much as you want to persevere and push hard with something, don't aim for perfect as well. As hard as it is to do, I see myself doing it with like things I'm working on. But if you get stuck in a loop of trying to make something perfect, you will never implement it. You will always be trying to build it, if that makes sense. It's like no one can build a perfect building. You just got to build. Do you know what I'm saying? Crack on. If it falls down, it is what it is.
It's a difficult one.
It is. It really is hard, and there's no perfect recipe for it.
There isn't, which is why they introduce the agile methods. Just release it and do minimal viable products, and then keep improving it.
This is it.
But ideally, we live in a world where we like to be ideal, where you want the perfect product or perfect thing straight from the get-go. And if you can, some people can create that show. But look, even like just social media, look, they do so well, Instagram, Facebook, but they still make improvements all the time because the way it works. Everything always has to improve.
You ain't going to get it right the first time.
No.
If you listen to any of their stories about how Facebook and that started, they all tell you that, it was a flop. People hated it, or it wasn't even suitable for purpose. It was buggy. It wasn't even working.
That's another thing that I think, just to put out there, if you have an idea that seems obscene, just try your best to persevere and push through that passion of yours, if it is a passion of yours. Because how many ideas come about and some of us will go, that's such a stupid idea. You'll be surprised at how many stupid ideas become successful. So don't let anyone knock you down. Just try it. Look, take it as constructive criticism. That's what I do. Might be a dumb idea, 100%. But take constructive criticism.
And there's only one person, If you thought it was good, then there should be another person on the planet that thinks it's good as well.
But I do think that there should be, for myself, I have a time frame. So if I try on this thing and like for 5 years now, I'm not getting progress to where of certain goals, then you got to know when to let go.
Yeah,
You've got to know when to let go as well.
Or when to move on.
Yeah, when to move on.
Because it's one thing to do 5 years, let's say, of trying to progress, right?
Yeah.
And seeing only like, let's say 20% of what you want.
Yeah.
That 20% might be fine.
Yeah.
To then carry on with and take it to the next step. But if you're trying to get to 50 and it's not happening.
It's not happening. You gotta just let it go. And if
move on.
And then if someone takes your same idea 10 years down the line and it actually works,
It pushes you to 50.
Don't look at it and go, oh, that could have been me if I persevere. No, you had your goals that you couldn't reach. It's fine. Someone else was able to complete it. That's their own journey for it. Don't knock yourself down for it. It worked for you.
You see it in history all the time, innit?
All the time.
One, especially in science, one Don was working on it, and then this other Donny beat them to the cut in terms of publishing their paper for everybody to read and say, look at my scientific discovery. Rah. And it's like, rah. I remember there was one guy, he went on a holiday. Yeah. He discovered what he discovered and was gassed and was like, oh my God, I need to go enjoy myself. I'm going to go get lit. Yeah. Whilst he was on holiday, someone else published their findings for the exact same thing. Yeah. They were the one that's known throughout history. Yeah. This Donny is just there like, finished.
Imagine trying to enjoy life, that was your idea and then it gets taken. Yeah. Basically, publish it first before you go on holiday. That's the other thing.
Just get cracking, bruv. We've given more than 2 advice, bro.
But yeah.
So make all of that, package it into 2 things.
We're going to put this into a course and then charge you all £50 to listen to it again. So like that. So enjoy it now.
On YouTube. On Pluralsight, on YouTube.
Yep.
On
all of that. So I'm going to patent it now. Anyways, guys. What was I saying? Soursop. Advertise the Soursop. If you don't know about this drink. If you don't know about this drink,
What's in there again? Is this the one with the... You cut yourself, see? Dead drink.
You want to try this, actually?
Dead drink.
Before I drink it.
Pour me a glass.
Try this juice.
On camera.
On camera. You're trying Soursop. I can't believe you know that. Actually, it's quite an Asian drink. It's just a fruit. It's a fruit.
Ugh, what is that?
What do you mean? It's like syrup.
Brother, that smells like... Woi.
You're so uncultured, man.
Woi. That is...
Have you ever had guava juice?
Fuck, this ain't no guava juice. What the...
Of course it's not guava juice, otherwise I would have given you guava juice that I have. Have you had sugarcane juice?
This is pungent. Don't tell me this is that green, dodgy sweet thing. Durum. What's that?
No, it's not. It's not durian. It's not.
Disgusting ass.
I will get that for him to try as well.
Never.
You've got. What do you mean? You've had enough. You've never tried it. You've never tried it.
I've tried it.
When have you tried it?
I've smelt it, like.
You smelt it. When have you smelt it?
It dealt it. It did everything.
Really?
I've not tried that shit ever. Nope.
Well, mate, you don't know what Asian he's been dealing with.
Yeah. That
risk it then. Take a sip and be done with it.
Oh, not that bad. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like apple pear sound taste.
So, alright.
But the smell is buzz. It smells like ass.
Okay, maybe I'll get what you're saying. I don't usually smell these things. I just...
Because it's more like wine tasting, isn't it? I'm cultured. Get me?
Wine tasting? He's never been in his life.
Oh, shut up. Know about it.
Oh, you don't have to finish it. I just wanted to try it.
This is quite nice.
I need to start this intro, don't I?
Yeah. Just hold your nose and drink.
I used to do that with medicine.
Haha. Was it you that was saying something about...
Hold your nose?
Yeah, and then...
Yeah, because for festival, how I was going to get nose plugs.
Yeah. To be fair, it did feel like it affected my ability to taste.
Yeah, it does. It should do. Because you lose one of your major senses.
It tastes way different holding the nose, actually. It's kind of weird, actually.
Have you never eaten food and just held your nose?
No. I don't want to choke, you know what I mean? Like the way I eat.
But like a soup or something.
Could go down the wrong pipe. Take a breath while you drink a soup. Never like choked on like water before.
I've choked on stuff, yes.
That's what I'm saying. She's choked on stuff. That's what she said, literally.
Pepper soup.
That's exactly what I was
Too
thinking about.
spicy.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. Mm-hmm.